Britain's energy regulator Ofgem has announced an 80% jump in its price cap for domestic energy, further squeezing already stretched household budgets. Bills will soar by more than $4,000 annually. Ofgem says the increase is driven by the fast rising cost of wholesale gas and electricity. They have surged since Moscow curtailed gas exports to Europe after invading Ukraine, driving UK inflation to a 40-year high. The price cap has more than tripled in the last 2 years, and there are warning signs it could go beyond $8,000 a year by next March.
It's all right, I'm saying it's going up X amount percent, but in pound notes we'll have to wait for the 3-month bill to come in to find out, won't we? And of course, being winter, it's going to affect us more. I mean, in the summer when it went up, it wasn't too bad because we don't use a lot of gas or electric in the summer. So we sort of like we get by that one. But the next one in the winter, when that comes in, I think it's going to shock a lot of people, unfortunately. It's scary.
Finance Minister Nadhim Zahawi has acknowledged that shock and fear. He's promising more help for the potentially millions of vulnerable households facing fuel poverty. The government says it's phasing in almost $44 billion worth of support to help people cope with these rising costs.
Well, of course, we could see this coming, and that's why we've put the steps in place that we already have. And don't forget that although there will be more announcements next month, more cash coming from September onwards, you shouldn't forget that the pipeline of cash stretches out throughout the autumn.
Our Shadow Finance Minister Rachel Reeves of the opposition Labour Party says the latest figures will strike fear in the heart of many families. She adds that the public deserves a government that can meet the scale of this national emergency. Our Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon says the hike is unaffordable for millions and should be stopped. She adds that the UK government and energy companies should work on fundamental reforms of the energy market. Laura Macon-Isherwood tells us some of the possible impacts.
The Bank of England is predicting that this elevated price cap could push those inflation rates to around 13% by the end of this year. That comes after a warning from another financial group that said that they estimated that inflation could reach 18% next year. And of course, that will be exacerbated further by these price caps, which are set to be reviewed every 3 months and could reach even higher levels, maybe around $8,000. Now, that will affect the amount that people can spend, the amount of extra cash they have in their pockets to spend on going out, for example, on goods that they might want to buy. It also comes alongside an inflated food price level that we're facing in the UK as well. And there's also big concerns that businesses will have to face these inflated energy bills, and then they could pass those extra costs onto the customer as well. So they're getting a bit of a double whammy. Now, there's concerns, of course, that we are heading towards a recession, and this is going to exacerbate that even further.